And as you're there, just checking your bearings, looking down. Tell me, can you see your feet there? What do you imagine them to be?
I can't find my feet.
You can't find your feet. You don't have to find your feet. I want you to rock from side to side and just imagine yourself floating from the left to the right. See how easy it is for you to manoeuvre. And as you're doing that, I want you to connect with the body now and tell me, do you feel that you're male or female? What does your energy feel like? Neither. Well, as you're rocking around, tell me, is it day or is it night where you are? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Day.
It's daytime. And on this day, I want you to look around with your intuitive senses. And if you knew, look at the landscape around you and tell me, are you inside or are you outside?
Outside.
You're outside.
I don't think I can see anything clearly.
You don't have to see, you can just sense. You can just have a knowing. So what I want you to do now is I want you to feel that you're walking around. So just get the sensation as I click my fingers each step. You're going deeper and deeper into the journey now, feeling your body, feeling those legs, feeling you walking around now. And tell me about outside. What is it that you're walking on? Is it sand? Is it hills? Is it grass? Is it pebbles? What is it? What do you feel it is?
I'm not sure. I think I feel really blank.
Blank. So what I want to do now is I'm going to come and work with you, and I want you to connect with that memory that's there now. And as I tap you on the shoulder, the memory is going to get clearer and clearer and clearer until you can see images in your mind, memories, drawing those memories closer and closer to you, so that you're going to be able to sense now. So tell me, it's daytime where you are and you tell me you're outside, yeah? So are you outside in a town or a forest or by the sea? What do you imagine?
I think I just felt a long dress.
A long dress. And as if you were to be able to look at that dress, would you be able to give it a colour?
Like maroon.
A maroon. Yeah. And this long dress, does it have sleeves?
Yeah.
And as you can see yourself as well, I just want you to imagine that there is a mirror in front of you and describe to me, what colour is your hair?
I'm not sure.
And as you're looking in that spiritual mirror of yourself, I want you to connect with your body and your emotions and tell me, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? Are you feeling happy, sad, heavy, joyful? What's the emotion that you're feeling right now?
I think content.
You're content. And I want you to use your senses now. And if you knew, tell me, do you sense that there is anybody else around you, or are you on your own?
The word baby came to my mind.
Mm-hmm. And I want to know your name. So hear your name being called. Hear that name. What's the first name that comes to mind? Mm-hmm. Well, let's focus now. You say that you're outside in a long maroon dress and you're with a baby. I want you to bring that baby forward in your image now. And tell me, is that baby a boy or a girl?
Boy.
It's a little boy. And as you look at that boy, you'll know his name. What did you call that boy?
David.
David. And as you look into the eyes of David, knowing the eyes are the windows to the soul, does he remind you of anybody in this life today? Just your first impression.
I don't know, but I feel emotional.
Emotional, that's good. And as you're both there outside now, I want you to look around and tell me, this place that you're in, is it a town, is it a village, or is it a space? Where do you feel that you are?
Alongside a river.
Alongside a river.
Like having a picnic.
Having a picnic. Are you having this picnic on your own, or is there someone else with you? Just connect with that thought.
Just me and the baby.
Yeah. And how old do you feel? Just see those numbers come to mind.
20.
You're 20. And I want you to connect with that emotion that you're feeling now, knowing that I am here.
Yeah.
Feel that emotion and tell me, why is that emotion there? What has brought that emotion forward?
I think I'm by myself. Like in life.
You're on your
I
own?
feel lonely.
You're on your own, yeah? So you're on your own with this boy, this little baby. So I want you to just absorb that and know that that was a past life. Yeah? And you survived that. So tell me about this partner that you had. What happened to him? If you knew in your mind, what would you say?
Well, the first word came to soldier.
Soldier. So is he working away, or is he passed over?
I don't know.
See his face in front of you now. See his face. make an intention to bring his face forward so that you can connect. You know that you can telepathically communicate mind to mind and soul to soul now. Tell me, is this soldier coming back from the war or is he not? What is his name?
John.
John. I want you to look into John's eyes now, as the eyes are the windows to the soul, and look deeply into those eyes and connect with the very soul of John. And tell me, is John working with her in this life? Or has he been working with her in this life? What's the first name that comes to mind? Or is he not?
I think I've got just funny, strange sensation that is overriding my thoughts at the moment.
So what I want you to do is just to take a nice deep breath in and hold, and then very slowly let it out as you bring the memory of that life forward. And let's do that again. Take a nice deep breath in and hold. Slowly breathing out, drawing that memory forward. And tell me, John is a soldier. Has he gone to war? Is that why you feel on your own?
Yeah.
So what I want you to do now is, I want you to imagine that you're making your way to the place where you live. So with that thought in mind, just travel forward with your mind, drifting and floating towards the place where you live. And I want you to be outside of that place and describe to me this place where you live. Is it a hut? Is it a cave? What does it look like?
Like a farmhouse.
A farmhouse, And you'll know whether you live in that farmhouse on your own with your little boy or whether you live with others. What's the first thing that comes to mind?
With parents.
With parents? These parents, are they your parents or his parents?
Maybe they've just let me stay.
They let you stay, so they're not parents?
No.
They're like parents. And Ty, you'll instantly know this. You'll have a country come to mind. What country are you in there? Is it Australia, America, Norway? What country comes to mind?
England.
England, yeah. And in a moment I'm going to tap you on the forehead. And when I tap you on the forehead, you'll see some numbers come to your mind. And that will be the year that you lived. So when you're ready, 3, 2 and 1. What year is it there?
just saw 20.
20. That's enough. So let's go into that farmhouse now. See yourself with your baby travelling, stepping into that house, and I want you to go and find that couple that you're staying with. And tell me, what room do you feel that you're in now? Now you've found them. Are you in the kitchen, the living room, the bedroom?
It's like a kitchen and lounge with open fire.
Kitchen lounge with an open fire. And I want you to turn and look at the woman that you're sharing this space with. And I want you to connect with her energy. And you're very sensitive. You can do this instantly. And I want you to tell me how you feel about this woman. What emotions come forward? Is she protective, or has she got anger? Is she heavy? How do you feel about this woman?
Kind.
This woman is kind. What colour eyes does she have there?
Blue.
Blue? Well, I want you to look deep into those eyes now. And tell me, mind to mind, soul to soul, you will connect. And tell me, has that woman been in this life today, or is she in this life? You'll just have an instant impression or a name.
I think it's my mum.
It's your mum. And take a look at that other person that's there as well in the farmhouse. Male or female?
Male.
Male. Well, I want you to do the same. I want you to look into the eyes of that man there. And you'll just have a connection if they're in your life today, or they have been. Who is he?
I haven't got a stronger feeling.
That's fine. It may not be in your life. I want you to look at that woman again there. And I want you to connect with her mind, with her essence. And tell me, is she just being a good friend to you there, as you're on your own with a baby? Or is she a relative in some way?
Maybe a big sister.
Oh, big sister? So she was your sister in that life, and she's your mother in this life. Do you know what the purpose of your relationship is? What's the contract that you made when you chose to come down to work together as sisters? What was the contract? Was it support, or was it to challenge?
To support, because I feel like she's kind and she looks after me.
She's kind and looks after you. Very good. So what I want to do now is close that scene forwards to another scene in the same timeline, drifting forward to another time when something is happening. I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and when I get to 1 you're going to be there. So when you're ready, 3, drifting and floating to another time in that same time of life, or you may jump to another life. 3, 2 and 1. How old do you feel now? Do you feel the same person?
I feel young.
You're a young child. And tell me, as a young child, are you a young boy or a young girl?
A girl.
You're a little girl. What's your name in that life? Hear your name being called. What's the first name you hear?
Emmalyne.
Emmalyne. Well, Emmalyne, how old do you feel you are? Are you 2? Are you 10? How old do you feel?
5.
You're 5 years old. So, Emmalyne, what country are you in there? You'll just know. Is it hot or is it cold? Do you feel that you're inside or outside, Emmalyne?
Inside.
You're inside. And as you're inside, looking around, using your imagination, describe to me what's inside.
I think there's a Christmas tree.
Christmas tree.
And it's a nice house.
Uh-huh.
I've got nice clothes on.
Uh-huh. And tell me, are there any other people in that room there? You don't have to see them, you can sense them.
Yeah.
So who's there?
Lots of people.
So is this a celebration?
I think it's just Christmas.
And I want you to connect with your emotions now and tell me, how do you feel with all these people around and this celebration going on? What's your feeling inside of little Emmalyne? Are you enjoying the celebrations or are you not?
I think so.
So you've got good vibes. And I want you to look around this room. And as you look around this room and connect with different people, there'll be somebody in that room that you have got more of affiliation with than anybody else. So just go and float around that room. See yourself looking at one person, then the other. And until you come across that one person that you feel more connected to than the rest. Tell me, are they male or female?
A granddad.
Your granddad. I want you to go towards your granddad, knowing that you can pick up on his energy. And I want you to step into his energy now and feel how he feels about you, how loved you are. Yeah. And I want you to feel those arms of love around you, soaking into your body, filling you up with love and protection. And I also want you to use that energy that you have there and tell me, this granddad that you had in that life, does he remind you of anybody today? Just your first impression. Just look at him. Who does he remind you of, if anybody?
My husband.
Yeah. So he's come to help protect you again, hasn't he? Just stay in the power of that granddad now. and just feel how wonderful his energy is, how protected and secure you feel. That is wonderful. Well done. That's good. So now what I want you to do is I want you to go forward in that life. And as you go forward in that life, you'll be able to tell me, what country do you live at? What country is it? Are you in Australia, France, Europe, America?
Maybe America.
You're in America?
We can speak like English, so.
Yeah. And tell me, do you have any brothers or sisters in that life?
Yeah.
Describe them to me. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
Older brother.
Uh-huh.
And an even older sister, so 3 of us.
Older sister. Go to that older sister. What did you call that older sister in that life? What's her name?
Jenny.
Jenny. How do you feel about your older sister? Feel the emotion around you.
She's like jealous of me.
She's jealous.
She doesn't like the attention that I get.
Well, look into her eyes now. And as you look into the eyes, you can go past that person of Jenny there. And you can actually view the soul and tell me, is that soul working with you today? And if so, who are they in this life? You'll instantly know if you can recognise that energy of that soul.
My mum.
She's your mum today. So as she brought that jealousy and that attention in this life.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll work on that later. I want you to look at your older brother now. And as you take time to focus on your older brother and start to begin to feel his vibration and energy, look into his eyes and tell me, is he in your life today? Who is he? Who is he?
Hugo, my little boy.
Hugo, So you've had him as a brother and now you have him as a son. Tell me, how do you feel about Hugo there?
He's wonderful.
Yeah. So you decided to work together in this life, but at a closer level. How wonderful. Very good. So now that we've got that information, what I want you to do is, I want you to take me to the last day of that life as Emmalyne. So closing that scene now, just drifting forward, all the way forward to the last day of your life. 3, 2 and 1. And tell me, how old do you feel? You're 90. So you've had a good life. And now we've come to the end of that life, knowing that your soul can release now. I want you to take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just feel your soul release from that body, about 3 foot above the body, so that we can just evaluate that life. And tell me, what was the contract of that life? Why did you choose that life? What lessons did you learn?
not sure, my brain's a bit blank.
Maybe it's not for now. But now that you're out of the body, it's usual that someone or something comes to collect you, to take you back to spirit. So as you listen to the sound of my voice, just feel the energy change and feel that someone or something come to collect you. 3, 2 and 1. And tell me, what do you see in your mind?
A brightness.
And does this brightness have a colour? Or is it a white light?
Yeah, very.
Well, I want you to step into that bright white light now. And step in even deeper. And I just want you to sit in that bright white light energy and absorb that beautiful light energy that has come to collect you, and feel that white light energy soaking into your muscles, fibres, every cell of your body. And now what I'd like us to do, I'd like to move forward and I'd like us to go to your soul group. So just use that white light energy as a bubble now. And feel yourself now floating and drifting in that white light bubble, going up and up and up away from that life now. And I want you to make your way to your soul group or to the next place you go after a life. Feel yourself drifting, floating and floating. And as you're floating now through the clouds, knowing you're getting closer and closer to your soul group. 3, 2 and 1. Be there now. And now you're there in this group. I want you to feel the energy around you. And tell me, do you sense that there are others in this group? Or do you sense that you're alone?
Yeah, there's others.
And these others, can you see them, sense them, or do you just have a knowing?
I can just feel that there's some of their energies.
And I want you now to connect with one of those souls that you're more affiliated to than the next. Just look around, just feel your energy being pulled in a direction to that soul that you're more affiliated to, and be there now. And tell me, are they male or female? Or neither?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I want you to connect with their energy. Now that you can telepathically communicate mind to mind and soul to soul, just feel that you can reach out into their mind and you can communicate with each other. What message are they giving you? Feel that message coming forward now. What's the message from our soul group?
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Ask that soul, do we have permission to speak to her dog today? Just ask that soul with your mind. It'll be a yes or a no. Do we have permission to speak with her?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that intention now, make an intention to draw the essence of your dog forward. Feel that energy getting closer and closer towards you. Yeah. Detached from any pain, fear or emotion now. You'll be able to feel the energy of that dog coming closer and closer towards you until he's in front of you now. and knowing that you can communicate with him. What message does he give you today? What's the message?
You're amazing.
You're amazing. Pick him up and love him. Feel his energy, smell his coat. Ask him if he's working with you still. Ask him if he's working with you on the earth plane. What does he say?
No.
No? Is he going to be working with her from up there and come in her dreams? Ask him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now that we've done that, I want to thank everybody for working with us today. I want you to give your dog one last hug, squeeze and smell, and bid them farewell on their journey. But we need to move forward now, and what I'd like to do is I'd like to speak to your inner self, your subconscious mind. So as you come now down onto this sofa, in a moment I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath, and when I do, I want you to step your mind away from your body so your inner self can move forward and have your voice. So when you're ready, 3, 2 and 1, step away now and just allow your inner self, your inner mind, your higher self to come forward. And I can work with your higher self now. So good afternoon, higher self. Do you sense that you're a male energy or a female energy? Do you feel that you are a male energy or a female energy? Or neither?
Male.
You're male. And do you have a name that I can call you? Or shall I just call you energy? What is your name?
Energy.
Energy. Energy? Tell me, how many lives have you been working with my client? Is it just this one or is there more?
10.
10 lives? And what is it that you're working together on? How are you helping her?
To practice content.
Oh, to practice content. So is that the challenge that she has in this life? To practice content?
Yeah.